Hello, everybody. Um, I did already most of the work because I didn't want to keep you on for too long, even if I always enjoy chatting with you. So, to explain what I did my, remember, I started doing this, I don't know, like 7 years ago, when I did the first time, my chopping thing. But what I did, here I have, there was gold, right? Gold clay, in which I put, in this one, I put some green clay, regular green clay. And then in this one, I put some black clay. Then I made a Skinner blend with them. And then I added on this side, hold on, let me get my eyeglasses because I cannot see. Haha. I added emerald. In this one, I added, I don't think that this is pearl X, so it's just the same kind of bottle as pearl X, but it's a darker green. You can also always use that Nurture Soaps Mica, and in this one, I added charcoal. And then I continued the Skinner blend, then I cut it in 3 and I chopped each of them. Now this one is gold with pomegranate red. And what we are going to do cane with these. One thing that I wanted to share with you, I do have, if you go on my channel and you do a search on the channel for Mica Shift canes. Hi, Debbie. And I'm so glad you're here, Elaine. If you do a search for Mica Shift canes, you are going to find quite a few tutorials with various types of Mica Shift canes. And this is one of them that is pure Mica Shift, and they are all made with plain pearl white. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start forming a cane using these 3. What the heck happened here? I'm too close. Give me just a second. Oh. No, I'm not. For some reason, it looked like I was too close. Never mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start arranging these. And in order to start arranging these, I'm going to first start making them into a relative parallelepipedic shape. Okay, so that would be this kind of shape, right? And it would be a straight angled one. And I'm doing all of them in the same style. You do not want to use the roller, just use pressing. That's all you need to do. The full pressing at the end will make sure that there are absolutely no spaces in between all these. So if you came in later, once the live is over, it will take anywhere between 2 and 5 minutes for it to be processed and uploaded. And you can watch again the beginning of the live where I said exactly what kind of clay I used. So these are all mixes that I then chopped using my regular blade. There's only one thing that I'm going to do. a little bit different, and this is, I'm going to grab the red and I am going to cut it in a diagonal on the thinnest side, right? Then these, I'm going to actually get them a little bit, all of them, a little bit slanted. And you have to slant them in the same direction. And then I am placing them like this. See, I made another thing, and then the last one that will make another perfect squarish thing. I know I had my acrylic block. There we go. Because we want to press, we don't want to roll on it. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this again in a diagonal. So you can do it both ways. You can do it with the corners that you cut on with the red. I am going to cut on with where would be practically the greenish corners. And then I'm going to turn it like this. And then gently triangularize it. And reduce. Remember, we only press on the corners here, and we might have to come back and pull on the corners because they will have the tendency to stay behind. But you press down only on the corners, not on these sides, because otherwise your triangle will become like this. All right. And we are gently reducing this. I'm not allowing it to spill out. And the aim is to do a six radial cane. You can do a 4 radial, that would be a squarish cane, but I am aiming mostly for a 6 radial. And as I said, I'm trying to not allow it to get out of shape at the ends. One thing you need to keep in mind is that all your clay has to be about the same softness and conditioning. I know I have my, there it is. 2 more centimeters. And you shall see what's the big difference with this. All right, it should be good now. I'm going to still cut the edges, and it also helps, always helps when you cut with the sharp side. Hi, Sharon. All right, now let me see. Do I still have 12? No, I need. And there we go. I need my eyeglasses. Sorry, but since I had that cataract surgery and I got my lenses replaced, I chose to get rid of the nearsightedness and have to wear reading glasses. But that meant that I didn't have to bring the alarm clock close to my face to just see what time it was in the morning. And this one is a tad too long. Okay, and now I'm going to just put them together. I always like to put them together in 3 first. Actually, let's go with the color mirror. Always check the back end too. And there we go. And you can use any color combinations for these, obviously. You don't have to do just one. And I'm not even going to go very small with this, because I'm going to cut these and then I'm going to use flat burnishing on them so that there will still be a little bit of flattening of the mica shift, but not a lot. Okay, this is just to get better effects. And you can see my fingers are all messed up because of all the mica I added. Okay, so at this point, I would definitely let it rest a little bit. I'm not going to let it rest a little bit. I'm going to just go for it. But, oops. I am horrible when it comes to toppling stuff. Okay, so you want to go for about almost a 1/4 of an inch slices, because you want them to be thick enough to get them thinner when you're burnishing them, right? So I'm going to burnish them one by one. Let me put this back. And as I said, I am not rolling. I'm flattening them simply by and I will resin them because that's the best way to see how they would look when they'd be baked. And sanded slash buffed. But with this kind of stuff, you don't have to worry about the back, because the back will be pretty as well. And you can make them all kinds of shapes. You don't have to make them hexagonal. You can make them squarish. You can make them rectangular, depending on what. These would make great earrings. I'm going to have to get up and get my round cutters, because that's, for some reason I brought the oval ones. I have no idea why, because I knew I would need the round ones. And this is a very easy way to obtain something that is actually very effect, you know, heavy on effects. Some people have asked me, what am I working on? Because I'm like, dude, I'm not working on anything. I don't want to turn on the oven for anything. We've been having here a horrible heat wave. And when I say horrible, I mean horrible. We had temperatures of 108, 109, and we had heat indexes well over 110. I'm trying to keep my power bill as low as possible. So yeah, no, that's not going to happen. And I'm going to only resin one of them. I'm going to keep these for later. So let's grab one. And you want to flatten it until you don't see any. See how there's still a tiny bit of white here. That's why I kept telling you that the wax paper is the best for burnishing. Give me just a second to grab the round cutter. Okay, now let's see. I think this is just perfect. Generally speaking, when you use just one color, mica shift, mica clay, you don't have to worry because you can use it and reuse it and reuse it. This is from one of the, I think it was from one of the, it's a different style, the ones that I did with for my members. I just brought it here so you can see how it looks like. But let's go ahead and grab some resin and my eyeglasses. And obviously the effect will be even prettier once it's baked because the translucent becomes more translucenty, obviously. But it gives such a gemstonish special effect that is absolutely fabulous. And as I said, you can choose other directions, just that you have to be very aware of the fact that you can only press when you reduce the cane. You cannot roll. So even if you have a squarish one, you cannot roll with the roller along it. You can only press like with your acrylic block, or you can use your baking tile to press. Okay, let's put this in the lamp and see how everything shows up. You will love it, because I know I did things of this style before. Yeah, I even got some resin on my skin. How is everybody else doing? I know that we have so many weather things. On one end of the country, people don't have power because of storms. On the other end of the country, there's wildfires. Here in Oklahoma, it's like stick a fork in me, I'm done. It's so darn hot. Looks like after Wednesday, we might have a little bit of a respite. But the way that I see it, it's going to go all the way into October. Let me actually already do some close-up on this so you can see the whole thing even before it gets fully no, even a little more before it gets fully cured. We can see the resin one. Can you do this kind of stuff with regular clay? Yes, but you won't get the shininess and the splashes of color. And as you can see, the whole, just the simple randomness of the chunks gives a special effect. It will be a less geometrically perfect cane, but it does. And you can put I did use mirror them, but you don't have to mirror them. You can put them backwards. So let's see the resined one that shows some of the splash. And if you want even more splash and more transparency, let's go ahead and do this. And lower. And warmer. I'm trying to get the best. Oh, that's nice. We had this morning, actually, we had a low of 72, which was unheard of because the last 2.5 months it was upper 70s, lower 80s. So you can see the whole effect. And as I said, once it's baked and it becomes shinier, it will be even prettier. And you can do your own colors. As I said, use that nurture soap, mica, if you want something more special. But they will all be beautiful, I promise you. Everything that's done like this looks fabulous. Let me refocus again. There we go. So I hope you like it. I hope you will try it. And do your own, and you can do all kinds of other colors, all kinds of other things. As I said, you can mix it, you can go as much as half and half translucent with the any and all of the metallic slash pearlescent clays you're using, and it will be even more, it will have even more depth. But you can already see how gorgeous these things go. You can do any kind of colors you want. Okay, I hope you will enjoy it, and thank you for being here. And let's hope that once this whole heat wave stops, I'll be able to do more. But it's horrible because I cannot do outside things for more than an hour and a half before it's done, and then I have to hurry to do stuff inside, because when I have to vacuum and do laundry and stuff, I don't want to have to do that when the AC is working. And like everybody else in the country, it's the electric bill, so that's why I didn't do practically anything in clay in the last month. I didn't bake anything, because if I bake, number one, it's power consumed, and number two, it heats up the house, and I will have to run the AC for much longer. So just trying to survive here. You know how that is. Okay, thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I hope to see you next Sunday, and we'll do something fun. I promise. I love you all. Have a wonderful week. Bye.